Okay, so we're back at the phone line again. Fella mowed his grass and cut it again and wrapped it all up. Now the repair guy was out here and we trying to get him to fix it again, and of course he put us off and won't do nothing. And 5 minutes after he left, this guy mowed again and he ripped it apart here. And I got it back together. I'm to the point I don't care what they think about what I do. I don't have a choice. And here is wire slung everywhere. So anyway, I knowed it was coming. I told the guy when he was here, 10-15 minutes before this happened, that soon, it looked like the guy, about time for him to mow again. So that's what we got. There's some wire. So anyway, it got it down there, and of the wires I put back together, some mine, some not mine, here, it ripped only one wire, and of course it had to be my line. So we're going to see if we can get it back together. And here it is. There's my line. So we'll just have to see if we can get her back together and test her. And, luckily I got a phone to test with. So let's get her done. Okay, so here they're all back together. It's nothing to be proud of, but it's they're all wired up and heat shrank. And now we're going to wrap it up really good with black tape. Hopefully we'll keep any moisture out. So it's not a good job, but it's as good as what the heck they've done, I tell you what. Alright, we'll see how long this lasts. Until it rains or until he hits it with a mower. Alright, deal the end. Okay folks, I've got my phone back working again. The other day when I done that filming, my wife had already called the tech about coming out and fixing it, doing something with it. And so he came today at 2 o'clock. I got back from rotation inspection, and I had to go do a tow, and then I was able to get back here quick enough to meet him. And by the way, rotation inspection went great. It's done, over with. Didn't know they had so many DOT cops. I think there was 12 or 14 DOT cops there. So they definitely go over them. Anyway, as for the telephone. Okay. So he came out and I met him and all that good stuff and talked to him, and he said, well, I think I'll just replace the line with the heavy black stuff. And the whatever it is, I guess if you install telephones you'll know, but it's supposed to be outdoor stuff. And he said, I'll hang it through the trees. And I said, I don't know how you're gonna hang it through the trees when there's no trees in the yards down there where the wire's got to go. And I said, how long do you think that is? And he said, well, it's only about 500 feet. Well, I had checked it. It's a half mile, which is way more than 500 feet. And so he pretty much just left. He gave us his phone number, personal number, and then he left. And then, 10 minutes later or something, the phone line was dead, and I, had said something, and we just assumed, well, he's working on the phone line. Well, it went for an hour with no phone line, and I knew something was up, so I went ahead and went down there, and then I seen the guy mowing his grass. He done chopped the wires up, like I said, and you seen me fix it. So, it's half-assed back together for now. And we're still probably not going to get it buried. And, he's talking about, well, they're not doing any of that just because, they're laying off and they're paying people, what do you call it? I guess when you, they pay you to quit working instead of retiring. I don't know. Anyway, they're getting rid of people. And so I don't think they've got any money. And so they're not scheduling any of this stuff. So, we're not going to get this thing buried, unfortunately. And I don't know what to do about it. I did look up the North Carolina Utilities Commission, and I will be writing them a letter. I guess that's the way you got to do it. But my issue is, one of the issues is this box right here that I'm showing you. This is our box. This is the end of the line. This is the last box on their service. When it comes let me see. It comes from this way into this box. Well, to the right of that box, once you get past this driveway right here and me, there's nobody else. So we're at the end of the line, so they're not going to be in any hurry to take care of this problem. And you know, all I can do is, you know, try and then just keep my phone line up. I don't know, you know, I could have been working on a Studebaker or something besides this, but anyway, that's our deal with that. That is my internet, that is my phone line. Without that, I don't have internet. Without that, my business phone does not work. And you know, I can forward it, but I gotta go down to the box, the last other box, and then hook up my phone and forward it from there to my cell phone. But you know, my cell phone don't pick up everything, and that's the problem. If I'm in, you know, my bedroom, if I try to sleep in my bedroom, I can't, because my cell phone won't ring. So you know, it's just one of them deals. You know, I know a few of you said it's like a third world country. You're right, it is. It's terrible. But anyway, so but I, you know, I pay my bill. And I actually pay for 2 phone lines. One of them hadn't worked in about 3 years. I used it for dial-up, and I don't even remember what the phone number is. And you know, we had it plugged up to the fax line, and it quit working. So we never even, you know, which it wouldn't have done any good anyway. But we never got it fixed. So anyway, one of them package deals where you got everything all together. But we'll get it straightened out soon, I hope. Something's got to give. Something's got to happen. And I don't know, but rotation inspection went great. Somebody had asked me, or said a couple of different people had said something about regrooving tires. Is that safe? 100% safe. I've been doing it for 20 years. I've never had an issue. You don't regroove a tire that's not regroovable. That's the first thing. And second thing, you know, you got to know not to go too darn far. If you hit wires, you went too far. And then I have ran cold caps and I've ran recaps, and regrooving a tire is so much safer than a cold cap or a recap, because I've had them come apart. I've never actually ran a cold cap or recap until it wore down the tread. They always come off before they ever actually wear out. So regrooving tires, there's nothing wrong with that as long as it's a regroovable tire. And I'll continue to do it because 20 years of it, I've never had an issue. So, all right. Okay folks, we've got most of the brakes done on this thing. Master cylinder's on. Got to put the new steel line from there down. And the problem is we're missing everything that goes in this side. We've got the wheel cylinder, the new one, and everything that was in this wheel was missing. And unfortunately the adjuster and the springs and all that. And but everything else is pretty much done. We got to do the steel lines, of course, but that's not a big issue there. And I don't know if I can get these parts or not. These was taken out. The guy got this from, I guess this wheel wouldn't roll, so they took the parts out of it. And I don't know what they've done with them. They're not laying in the vehicle, so hopefully I'll be able to find an adjuster and some springs and all that good happy stuff. That's all it is. It's the 3 springs and adjuster, and then the hold downs. So anyway, everything coming up on the internet shows a different style, and it's confusing me. I don't know if this is something somebody replaced and updated or what, but they're different. But anyway, that's where we're at on this one. And I'm getting ready to set the heads on the Studebaker. Haven't got a lot done. Of, you know, arguing, fighting over this daggone phone line, and it's not well, it's just not making me too happy. Starting to look like an engine again. Alright folks, it looks like this is all we're going to get done tonight. Valve cover on this side don't look very good at all. This was the one that was in the trunk. It looks like somebody tried to clean it with something and took a lot of the chrome off. The other side was the one that was on it, and it's got a lot of rust still, but we cleaned it up. But they'll be fine. I'm not going to worry too much about them. I think I'm going to possibly halfway regret putting the heads on before without having the exhaust manifolds on them, because they're going to be tough to get to. But I would rather not break my back, because these things are heavy enough without the exhaust. So anyway, we've got a little bit of work to do on the heat pipe that goes from the intake. It goes in the exhaust in that center port of the intake up to the carburetor. I've got a freeze plug I need to replace in the back side of the timing cover. Well, not timing cover, water pump housing. Timing cover's on there, but the water pump housing, and just, you know, a lot of little stuff like that to straighten out as we go. But rockers on, push rods, we're good to go there, and hopefully we'll have this thing started up in a day or so. So if Steve McGranahan had been here to help me put these heads on, I wouldn't have had all this problem. But that's the way it goes. Alright, appreciate everybody watching, and until next time, bye.